Zercher ATG split squat. Now, when it comes to the setup of this exercise, make sure that the bar is set, J-hooks are set, so that the bar is about hip level. This will just make it easier with the setup. I'm going to be performing this exercise from the other way so you can see what I'm doing for demonstration purposes. But ideally, you're always going to be facing the rack when performing this exercise so you can see where you're going to put the weight back. That's key, and that's going to be the safest way to do it. So I'm going to come around the back and show you what we're doing. Now, the key with this exercise is to get as much range of motion and horizontal movement as opposed to just sort of standing up and down with lunging exercises. We want to focus on forward and back and range of motion, getting it through the legs. So we're going to come under, hands come under, hands come together, bars resting the elbows. If this is uncomfortable, you can get some extra padding like a yoga mat or a jumper, but it should be fine and it's not going to be a big deal. Just focus on your breathing and try and focus on the exercise. So standing up, walking out in front, one leg comes out in front, one leg comes back. This back leg remains straight as possible. And now I'm going to shift forward horizontally into that left leg, going as low as I can. Notice the movement. Knee comes as far forward as I can handle. Ooh, it's hard. Let's do the other side. Requires a lot of balance to perform it. Big long split, back leg is straight, shifting forward, coming back. Shifting forward, coming back. Now, you will feel a lot of pressure on the knee, not necessarily bad pressure, but just a lot of emphasis at the knee and at the quad because we're taking it through a great deal of range of motion in that end range of the exercise. So in this position of the exercise, and that's normal, right? Assuming it doesn't hurt and assuming it's not bad pain. Other things to keep in mind is if your heel lifts up a little bit on that planted leg, that's okay. Just work with it and in time it will improve and get better. Other than that, focus on balance, focus on control. Don't use momentum. You don't want to bounce out of that bottom position and spring back. You want to be controlled at that end range and controlled coming back. And lastly, just be conscious of your posture. Don't allow yourself to slouch to compensate and aim to keep that back leg straight. If that back leg bends too much, it's going to limit how far you can go, right? So those are some things to keep in mind when performing this exercise.